Welcome back, my Jedi friends. Today, I'm going to invite you to get on this spaceship. To get on this spaceship, we're going to go on a journey into your mental health and how to bring Jedi principles into your life to make you feel better and to prioritize your mental health. Well, let's talk about mental health. What is it? What is mental health, folks? Now it sounds, well, it's obvious. It's obvious, Adam. It's health that is mental. It's mental health. What we think is healthy. Is it healthy? So are your thoughts? Are they healthy, folks? Are they healthy? So we're going to look at what gets in the way here. We're going to cover some of the stuff that we've already covered on the channel, except this time I'm going to package it into Jedi way and mental health. Jedi mental health, folks. That's what today's all about. We're going to turn your thoughts into Jedi. May the force be with you, my friends. So it is possible. All of the answers to life's little quirks are in Star Wars. So go and watch the film and be a Jedi. Think like a Jedi, be a Jedi. Without the lightsaber, you don't need that. You don't need to kill people, deflect laser beams. It's probably not going to happen, folks. What this is Jedi mindset. Jedi mindset. We're going to discover Jedi mindset today. What can we take from the Jedi mindset that you can easily implement into your life right now, folks? Right now. So that's what this is about. It's about taking general concepts, giving them practical application, and bringing them right here, right now. And again, to my regulars, I'm not going to cover anything I haven't told you before, but as you well know, the reason I repackage them and give them different titles is because there is a massive gap between knowing something and owning it. And knowing information that you've not yet implemented, you sometimes need the hammer needs to hit several times, my friends. It needs to smack you right between the eyes, right between the eyes. Ah! Needs to smack you up, needs to waken you from your slumber. And quite often, as we've discussed, you get woken from your slumber by people pissing you off, by life circumstances being amplified to the point where you're wondering why. Why are little old you being irritated to the point of discomfort now? By this array of different, not very nice people coming into your world, pissing you off and rattling your cage. Little old you minding your business in the middle of nowhere, in a nice little hollow planet, hidden away in Tatooine. There you are, just minding your own business, and suddenly a couple of Jedi Knights on the dark side of the Force turn up and start ruffling your feathers. Vader's army are here. The stormtroopers have arrived, my friends. You didn't ask for them to be there. You didn't go to them. They came to you and they are rocking your world. Their fists up, ready to swing at you. Now, when this happens, folks, it doesn't matter how spiritual you think you are. You have to grow a backbone. You have to fight or flight. And there's only so many times you can flight, my friends. And a lot of it is Jedi mindset. Jedi mindset. Sticks and stones, folks, sticks and stones. So there's two ways to address this. One is to tweak your brain so that stuff that previously pissed you off, it no longer pisses you off. That's one of the things to do. That's what we're going to largely address today. But the other thing is to have a set of techniques that if you are pushed right to the limit, if you're pushed to a place where there is no reasoning with it mentally, you're going to need a set of tools to help you think clearer in those situations. Because when we go into fight or flight, it's a very primal response. And we are programmed to act in ways and say things that we probably wouldn't otherwise, sometimes aren't very diplomatic. And sometimes it's good to be not diplomatic, to be absolutely to the point about where you are. So we're going to look at these today, folks. What is a Jedi mindset? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's break down mental health. So, mental health goes wrong when too many arseholes influence us with the wrong information. And what's the wrong information? In this context, we're going to categorize the right information, our thoughts and beliefs that make you feel good and have an empowered effect. So this isn't about fluffing your ego, because somebody fluffing your ego is going to make you feel good, but does it have a profound effect? Well, if everyone thinks you're an arsehole at the end of it, probably not, folks. So we're going to look at the two categories. Things that make you feel good, but actually get you to achieve things which are good for you, for people, and the planet. Let's look at it that way. Uplifting things that inspire you to achieve goals which are good for you, to feel a way that empowers you. That's what it is. Now, unfortunately, our brain is like a computer. Our mental health is like a computer, and too many idiots have been loose at the remote control, at the programming system, folks. People who've got their own issues to deal with then go and mess with your head. And they are usually your parents, your parents. And the brutality of this dynamic, folks, is that they fucked up their own lives, and rather than sort themselves out, they make it their personal mission to sort your shit out. They'll sort you out. Don't do what I say, or don't do what I do. Do what I say. I mean, if you're like me, you've heard that many times. You watch the biggest hypocrites on the planet tell you to do stuff that they don't do themselves. And that's out of alignment. That's not using the force. That's meant where mental health starts to go wrong. These great advisors, these great parental guardians, these mentors telling you the wisdom of their benefit, that don't do what I do what I say, do what I say. I couldn't do it, but you sure as hell will. Don't smoke, not like me. No, here I am, raging alcoholic. It's a bad thing to drink, folks. Don't do that. Shooting up drugs or whatever it is. Some people get a worse stick than others on this front, folks. People are generally inherently fucked up, and they're generally fucked up by their parents. Generally, we are messed up by all sorts of influences in our life because there's no manual there. And the worst ones for really screwing us are right at the very top, the government. Because if we were too empowered, we'd probably overthrow them because we'd see all the corruption and we'd have the confidence and well-being to see it for what it is and call it out. But we're so busy being fucked up ourselves that that's how the system likes it, to keep you in a sense of such chaos that you have no value on your own life. So let's go right to the top. Let's look at it from a big picture. Big picture, folks. Probably whatever country you're in, look at the government. Now, you can be sure whatever government is, they're being hypocrites. They're doing stuff. They're telling you to do stuff that they're not doing. There's massive corruption. Let's take the UK, and I could get in real trouble in this day and age for saying this sort of stuff. Total hypocrisy right at the top, folks. Total hypocrisy. Calling out, um, calling out people for reporting stuff that is true, while simultaneously telling us a load of stuff that isn't. Throwing people in jail saying what is true. It's not always the case, folks, but it's happening. It's happening now. People messing with the little guys. People taking all this power, being corrupted, and then making you suffer as a result of it. So this happens in every country, folks. I'm not making this exclusive to one or the other, and some are better than others. In fairness, some are almost good in the relative scale, but that's a different debate. The point being, if you're looking for order for the people at the top, if you're looking for calm, if you're looking for good leadership, unhypocritical, uncorrupt leadership, you're probably not going to find it, folks. Hypocrites, hypocrites. Bit like your parents probably are as well. So by the time that filters down to little old you or me, there's major health issues, mental health issues with the system. The system's broken. And you're probably so broken yourself Or most people are so broken themselves that they're so busy fighting stuff locally within their family, trying to make sense of that, that they're not going to even think about doing stuff globally. And that's how the system works. Little old us, me and you, distracted by our own bullshit and our own family nonsense and other stuff at work and trying to survive and pay the bills and all of the other stuff. Mental health issues. It's a compression, folks. It's compression on our mental health. So that's the problem. Let's go a little bit more Zen now. So rather than me talk about solution, let me actually help you to be the solution. To all of you who are regulars on the channel, you will know, as I tell you time and time and time again, your breathing controls your mood. So as you're watching this, and just notice that even the way that I'm talking to you now, it's a lot calmer because I've been focusing on the problem in the first part of this video and talking about the problem getting all manic. When we talk about solutions, we can change the way that we show up. You can choose the way that you communicate and the way that you show up. Are you going to go into hyper problem mode, tell everybody how terrible life is, or are you going to take a few deep breaths, start to be a little bit more circumspect, and start asking yourself better questions? So the Jedi mindset, folks, is our brain is a computer, and what we feed it, we get more of. Now, if we feed it problem focused questions like, why is this happening to me? Why is the world going mad? Why is that person such an arsehole? What we do is we feed, we feed, we feed, and then we go on the news, we go on our social media, and it validates everything. Everything. Oh, I told you the wrong. Look, everyone's saying the same as me. I was right. I was right. They are bastards. Or we can start feeding it solution focused data. What can I do to feel better right now? Now, that question alone, folks, if you sit on that all day, every day, focus on that, focus on that, focus on that, you will get answers and you will get solutions. And if you slow down your breathing when you're doing it and ground yourself and do energy exercises, put yourself in an empowered space more often, then you'll generally feel better. Now, that sounds incredibly simple, Adam. That sounds too simple. Can it really be that simple? Is that what Jedi is? What? I just slow down my breathing, I chill out, and I ask myself an empowered question like, how can I feel better right now? What small steps could I take to feel better right now? So, whatever your problem is, switch it, flip it, ask a more empowered question. What can I do to feel a little bit better right now? What can I do to create a solution to this problem? Now, let's take it to a much more global situation, okay? Or a national situation. The government's corrupt. I hate it over in this country. Well, no one's asking you to stay there, folks. Could you live in another country? What is available there? Have I even looked into it? That's one problem. And they're the sort of answers you could be exploring. I hate living where I live. I can't afford to leave. Well, what other options do I have? Let's explore them. Let's go out and find them. Is there a job that includes accommodation? Let's start exploring, opening my mind to different things. I hate my relationship, but I can't afford to leave. I might lose the kids. Well, are the kids going to benefit from you being in an unhappy relationship? Is that going to help anyone? Maybe it's for the greater good that you get out, that you detach, you get your own mental health in order so that you can be a better parent down the line. Maybe, folks. There may be short-term trauma when you make changes for longer-term benefits. And you'll know this if you're an empath, that if you're honest with yourself and you ask yourself, what were the most traumatic things that happened to me? Once you get through the other side, you will see that quite often it's the most traumatic things that happen to you that benefit you the most. Okay, my divorce was terrible, but I'm a lot happier now. Yes, I didn't see my kids for 5 years, but now I have a phenomenal relationship with them. I'm just giving you examples, and I've never been married, so they're not my examples, folks, but they are examples of the sort of things that people tell me now that they've got through these things. Yes, I haven't talked to my family for 5 years, and I feel peaceful. That is more of a relationship, of a situation that I can relate to, folks. And it's all about boundaries. And what happens when you do stuff like that, when you cut off toxic relationships, is you open the door to spend more time with better people. Spend more time with better people. Or you spend more time on your own. And time on your own is generally better than spending it with toxic people because you can reflect on things like this. How can I feel better? Slow down your breathing. That's something you can do at any given moment, folks. If you're stressful or going through a bad stage, slow down your breathing. Something instant, something totally Jedi that you can do right here, right now. When you slow things down, everything gets a little bit easier. It gets less stressful. It's how you can reverse physiologically the effects of stress or a stressful situation. It's how you can reset your own energy and keep going back to the question, what can I do right now to feel better? Stop checking your phone. Get off your social media account. Do a social media detox. See if you can go 24 hours without checking your emails or your social media accounts. There's an exercise, folks. Think of all the extra time you'll have to do things like slowing down your breathing, asking yourself, how can I feel better easily? Those two steps there, folks, slow down your breathing and continually go back to the question, what can I do right now to make my life a little bit better? What can I do to make it a little bit better? Slow down your breathing, my Jedi friends, because you've got the answers. If you're watching this video thinking I'm going to hand the answers to you, it's probably not going to happen, folks, because we've all got our own answers. And we're all dealing with our own unique brand of bullshit. As they say in Thailand, same, but different. Your problems are same, but different to mine. We each have to go through them. We each have to be a little bit more empowered. We each have to be a little bit stronger and resilient to criticism and to bullshit, folks. And when better things are happening in our life, we get more resilient about criticism and bullshit because it doesn't really matter. You realize that certain opinions and certain people, well, who gives a fuck what they think? When you hit that zone, folks, that's Jedi. That's a Jedi mindset because not everyone's going to like you. There's even haters for the Dalai Lama, folks. Somebody in the top of the list of the most spiritual people alive has their haters. And if the Dalai Lama's got haters, folks, guess what? You are going to have your haters as well. Regardless, what a lovely person you think you are and how unjustified it is. Life isn't fair. Haven't we all heard that at some stage? But it gets more fair when you realize that life isn't fair, when you realize that certain voices aren't worth listening. Certain people get their energy from trolling you and making you feel like shit. When you realize the best revenge to those people is to laugh at their comments or completely ignore them. How can I feel a little bit better right now? I can focus on the positive comments on the thread and spread some positivity by answering them. How can I spread a bit more positivity? I can take all the negative comments and I can think of something funny or humorous to add to that. I can turn a negative to a positive. I can use that to my advantage. These are just an idea, folks. But the real idea, the real core of this video is the difference in the way that I'm communicating for the last part of the video compared to the first part when we're talking about the problems, folks. Because that's what happens when we talk about problems. We tend to slow down our breathing and go a little bit more manic. It becomes a little bit more urgent because somebody's triggered us. Somebody's triggered us, energized us, pissed us off. And when I find myself that pissed off and that triggered, I remember Jedi. Slow down your breathing. How can I feel a little bit better now? I can get out of this conversation. I can switch off my social media. I can shut down the laptop. I can go for a walk. I can phone somebody who's my friend and have a laugh. It's a Jedi mindset, folks, just there. That's how it works. You catch yourself being an arsehole. Maybe you're not being an arsehole, but you're being stupid. You're buying into the stuff. You're allowing people to trigger you. You're allowing your slow internet connection to get you down. When in actual fact, the slow internet connection might be the cue to go out for a walk. There's always a better way, folks. Always. And by slowing down your breathing and asking yourself the question, how can I feel a little bit better right now? You improve your life and you install a Jedi mindset. So there you go, my Padawans, my Jedi Knights, my Jedi Masters. Jedi Masters, you will feel better and empower yourself with those two simple steps. Slow down your breathing and install a better question. How can I feel a little bit better right now? Do those two things, folks, and everything changes. You catch yourself in your most bullshit moment and you just install that in, detach from whatever's going on, shut the laptop, get out of the conversation, go for a walk, detach, 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 and your world changes. The better you get at catching your bullshit moments, the more Jedi you become. And there you go, Jedi friends. That's how easy it is. Easier said than done. And it can take a lifetime of practice to catch yourself early enough not to react or do something completely insane. But that is how we do it. That's how we start to install a Jedi mindset. And that's how we start to improve our life. So there you go. There you go. You have it. The keys to the kingdom. Go and be a Jedi. Go and change your life. Go and take no fucking nonsense off anyone, folks, by detaching, walking away, and asking yourself, what can I do to feel a little bit better right now? And now this video's over, you might want to watch another one. You might want to watch another video on this thread, folks, which you can find there. And if you're not already subscribed, well, you can do that just there, folks. But whatever you do, go out, make sure that you catch yourself and you're in a bullshit moment and do the Jedi way that we've talked about in this video and feel better.